Hello everybody, welcome back to more Devil May Cry. So yesterday I made it to mission 9. Before I just get into it, I gotta check to see what else I can buy. I bought Vortex the last mission and then died. I didn't really find much use for it. I might try a round trip since I can afford that. The double jump's gonna be extremely useful. I feel like you could do some cool stuff with double jump and just stalling in the air with your bullets, because there's like a little bit of hang time when you use bullets. I can do round trip and then air hike. That way I'm, I don't know, getting some kind of reward. Maybe I can test it out, die, and then have to try it again. That'd be fine too. Yeah, let's get started. I didn't look up how many missions there are in this, because I didn't want to accidentally spoil anything for me. But I did check the playtime, and it's about 6 hours, so even if I don't finish it today, I can probably finish it tomorrow, because I've got a 3-day weekend. I'll be able to stream in the morning, same time. The Wheel of Destiny shall guide you to the land of the beginning. Okay. No going back. Are we done with the castle area? I'm curious if the environments will, like, drastically change or not. There's a message carved in the stone. It seems to be a story of some kind. Destiny awaits, somewhere deep in the Colosseum. Because I don't know if I've seen the later parts of this game. I know 2 takes place primarily in, like, a rundown city. I didn't know if those stairs were ever gonna end. Alright, gotta remember the controls. And I also got that new projectile I didn't really try out yet. No, not taunt. I gotta work on that timing. Oh, that's right, I can't shoot the grenade launcher in the air. So that means if I launch them, I don't want to launch myself in the air. Seems good for crowd control. Ooh. Oh my god. Yeah, Devil Trigger comes up pretty quickly. I gotta learn to use that. Yeah, I think I like this for now. Because it'll knock them down, too. Alright, let's... There's a lot of shiny things to pick up all around. There's 1 shiny thing, there's 2 shiny thing. I saw green above me. Okay, yeah, I was hoping I could just... Where is it relative to me? It was just hovering above the door. Alright, so there's a couple directions I can go in. That is obviously pulling me in that direction, both with the camera and the fire. I think it's smart. So, again, I always point out really small things, but the use of light here, or the use of fire more specifically, like, shows you, like, those, in between those 2 flames is a hallway you can go in between those 2 flames is a door, in between those 2 is a hallway. So, like, everything catches your eye so you know where to go. Nice touch. The knights should be holding something. The shields that glow with light and a pair of lances shall lead to the battleground. So maybe I have to bring a few things there. There's an emblem of a shield on the door that glows with red light. Alright, hitting it doesn't do anything, so I'm probably out of luck there. There's a second shield. Can we go in here? A pair of flames that dwell with strength will open the path. I'm guessing it's nothing I can do right now. So this way it is. Process of elimination. Oh, I see something at the top there. A crystal with magical powers. It will recover 5 devil trigger gauges. So consumable. And there was, I think there was something on the other side. No, there's nothing there. Platforming? In my Devil May Cry? Oh god. Oh, don't do this to me. There's no shadow up there on those platforms. He has a shadow, it just doesn't show when platforming. There was something there, it just didn't show in the cutscene. Interesting. Yes, this is a good idea. It's so quiet, too. Is there some amount of autopilot to the jumps? Or am I imagining that? It's hard to tell. And then I jump over to this one? I see that they're... like, as long as you hold forward and jump when they've, like, dropped or raised all the way, then you're good. Still, it just doesn't feel good with the shadows missing. My name is Ifrit. The fool who awakens me shall pay dearly with the fires of hell. He's awake. Ooh. Wow, that looks pretty cool actually. Even if the fire is just kinda... The flaming gauntlet that gives the possessor increased powers. You can select your devil trigger items. So this is currently equipped. So Alistar is just an improvement from the Force Edge, it looks like. I think this is a different type of weapon. You can check how to execute Dante's acquired skills. Note the buttons displayed. The Mischievous Mercenary, thank you so much for following. Appreciate it. So I just don't have any skills with Ifrit yet? Maybe I should do Alistar and then switch next time I check skills. Or maybe I should just play around with it as is. Okay, so they're giving me some easy enemies to play around with. Maybe slower but meatier punches? Can I launch? Let's see. I don't think I can launch. But I can charge each individual punch. Okay. I don't know what I like better. The other thing is I've gotten used to my sword for a while now. But I think maybe this is what I need. It's kind of cute.
face, or you can stick around and find out the hard way.
That's Dante. Alright, maybe this'll... That's a good amount of damage. Ooh. I don't know if I've got the right weapon for this. I think maybe the pistols will do better. Alright, I'm switching to what I know. I don't like this right now. Handgun and Alistar. We'll worry about the other stuff later. This is interesting. Not doing too well, but... Whoa. Maybe I should just keep my distance here. So, rolling must give you some iframes. I didn't figure that out last time. I think I just gotta time it right. He doesn't stay too close. See, and sometimes it doesn't. Like, I would roll out. I'm gonna have stuff to figure out. What shortcut is this? When was I fighting these guys? So, handguns. Alright, back to what I know. Grenade launcher doesn't seem too bad for groups. Like, if I want to lock them all down. I think pistols is better for single damage. Yeah, I gotta work on the timing for that still. Ooh, what hit me there? He sent me into the other room. I was trying to practice. I don't want to start this fight with less health than the last attempt. Alright, I rolled through that, which means my timing was good. Bad timing on that. Yikes. Yeah, I can't really hit him with the sword now, can I? Alright, that was good. That wasn't. Maybe I don't know. I guess I just jump over the ones that are forward, roll into the ones that are coming from the sides. See how it works? I just gotta take it slow. Because he's already at half health. Whew. Don't like this camera here. Alright, this is much better. Maybe. I forgot about that stuff. I also like being in here. This seems safe. Ooh, this lighting is cool looking. Not good for me, though. Alright, yeah, I really gotta learn how to maximize damage from Devil Trigger. It's really useful. Okay, so my guess now is that I use Ifrit here. Maybe I'll play around with it some more. Yeah, looks like we are getting a change of scenery. This is cool. We're still within the castle walls, though. Alright, these guys don't exactly scare me anymore. Him, I don't know. Alright, he breathed fire. Game over. What is this space we're fighting in, though? That was cool. I'm trying to charge the attack, but I gotta find better time. Oh, I almost got caught in that. See, like, the fixed camera isn't as big of a deal in games like Resident Evil, but here, when there's a lot more action going on, it can cause problems. Like, the fixed camera's fine in a way, but you need to have a better location. Like, I don't even know where I can and can't stand in here because of the foliage in the trees. I see some health, I'm gonna grab that. Ooh. Is he dead? I like that the new weapon has a different particle effect for the bullets. Have him stun lock him this way. That works. Is that everyone? Oh, I think it's just more of the same guy. Can't tell if it's repeated or not. Any more? Oh, yep, there's another guy. What's up? Arc the ladder. There's a lot of audio cues you have to go off of to dodge. Okay, yeah, this is what I've been trying to learn yesterday too. A lot of audio cues you have to go off of to dodge, but you also have an idea of what gives you invincibility. Is part of the role invincible, just not the entire thing? It feels like the first bit of it is, and the second bit isn't. But it depends on the attack too, is what I think you're saying. I think the weirdest thing for most players movement-wise is you're expected to hold the same direction you're moving when the camera... Yeah. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. You can only do so much with fixed camera angles, and I think that the way this game does it, and I don't know, like, I played the Resident Evil 1 remake and I played Haunting Ground. I think I spent too much time in this room. I think the best way to do it is to hold the direction. Like, I personally just have trouble, like, always thinking about the way that the fixed camera changes the movement. I don't think it's a fault of the game. Like, I think it's the best way you can do it with this setup. It's just something I gotta learn. Yeah, and I also complimented yesterday the rolling because it's way like clunkier than newer games like Bayonetta. That's like the other experience I have with these kind of games. But I think the quote unquote clunkiness of it fits the speed of the game, and I think it's good. I don't know. Maybe I can explain it better. Rolling is context specific, but jumping is your protect self. Yeah, and I'm still getting used to... Well, you can only roll left to right. You can't roll forward or backward. It just turns into a jump, which feels a little weird, but I think it's just something I gotta get used to, not like a good or a bad thing. Charge power and release it. So this is the launcher. I gotta figure what weapon I want to use. That's the Stinger. So it seems like the abilities are the same. Surround the body in flames and damage enemies upon contact. Shoots fireballs. So the purchasable abilities are relatively similar, but I get, obviously one does more damage with less range and you can charge it and stuff like that. Yeah, I think the weightiness, that's what I should be saying. Like, the game as a whole is slower than what I've played, Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2, for example. But I think that the game is built around the weightiness, and it still makes it feel really good. And I think the weightier dodge mechanic, or the more complicated dodge mechanic, works in this format too. So I like the slower pace. I think the game's designed around the slower pace. And that's the important thing, is that it's like designed around it. I still want double jump. Maybe I'll keep using Alistar. I don't know. I guess it's a good thing that I can't decide, huh? I want to punch things. If I could buy both of these, I would stick with this for a little while longer. But I also can't buy... We'll stick with the sword. So... Well, first I gotta equip it. And I like the idea of the grenade launcher, but I don't think it works in this combo very well. Because I guess both weapons will launch them upwards. I'm trying to like theory craft what I'm supposed to do combo-wise, because I think it's just complicated enough where I can get it and want to like play with it. I'm curious about the newer games, because I know they can be really complex. But like, as is right now, I have just enough to wrap my head around. Because I can still launch enemies up and then use the grenade gun, but I don't know if it'll hit every time. Because I had trouble with the bird just landing hits from afar in the air. Yeah, and like, I've got an idea of the basic combo for this. Oh, that's the sword spin. I learned it and I didn't look up how to do it. Throw the sword like a boomerang. Hold down triangle button. So there's flat hold, and then there's forward and backward hold. Actually, no, this isn't hold R1. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be that contrarian guy that likes this game more than some of the others, just because it's like a weird mix of rejected RE and its own ideas. But I also really want to see just how far they take like the identity of DMC. Oh, I'm pressing triangle, right? Okay, I'm trying to launch and I'm throwing instead. Yeah, I think what's gonna make these games last is the complexity, and I feel like the newer games probably have more complexity. Ooh, jeez. I gotta get some health back. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely got a better grasp on this since I started yesterday. I was also saying, so I like playing fighting games, but I never play them long enough to get actually good at them. And I feel like I should be playing more character action games like this. Because what I find fun in fighting games is just learning the mechanics and learning how they work. And I think you can get that in a single player experience here. Yeah, like this feels really good just to nail the basic combo. Ooh. I'm getting caught up in the fire. They must have like a good wind-up cue that I'm missing. Maybe. I think the performance aspect of the new game's performing combos and showing off. Yeah, definitely, like, without even playing them, the newer games probably have a more complex combo system. And I gotta re-equip. Resonates more in a culture that's about that. But this is actually a better action game. Yeah, I'm also curious about the level design of the newer games. Because this one, again, like being rejected RE4, I think maybe has more of an exploration where maybe the newer games are more linear feeling. Even if this game is like actually linear, you're just exploring a more open area. Yeah, so when they block, I think that's just a counter. Like if they're blocking my attack, I just have to listen for it. I gotta get that Stinger level 2 or something. Oh, not the story, it's the gameplay that was too different from RE4, right? Let me, he's still stuck up there. This is good for me. Gotcha. Yeah, and I think that does wonders for the longevity. Like, this is such a long-running, identifiable series because the main idea just has so much freedom to it. Like, you can see the DNA, but the fact that it still has its own identity. Did Hideki Kamiya work on DMC? I should. Now I want to look up Kamiya's history. I've played just a few of Kamiya's games. He's the director. Okay, so Kamiya was in Capcom, made like DMC 1, 3, 4, and then moved to Platinum, or Clover. It was Clover Studios and then Platinum. I'm familiar with Kamiya mostly from his work in Platinum Games, but I don't know how he got there, so that's good to know. So I pulled it up here. It talks about DMC, how it started as 4. And I know 2 was a complete mess handled by a different team. Then DMC 3. So who did 4? Who's the director of 4? Do you happen to know? Clover Studio. I played Okami recently. I streamed Okami. That was a fun game. I didn't play Beautiful Joe. I'd like to stream that one day. And then Platinum Games, I've played quite a few of their games. Bayonetta 1 and 2. Oh, here. This game was considered a successor to DMC, with Kamiya having used the latest sequel, Devil May Cry 4, as part of his research. So he didn't work on 4, but he used 4 for Bayonetta. Or like ideas from 4. That's neat. 2 through 5? I thought 2... So the person who worked on 2 worked on games after 2? Hideaki Itsuno. Let's look up this. Huh. So I'm gonna stream DMC 2 and 3 after this. And I'm very interested to play 2 because I know it's bad and I want to firsthand kind of break it down. So this is Hideaki. Early years is DMC, Dragon's Dogma. Never played Dragon's Dogma, I've heard about it. Alright, maybe I'll do the rest of this later, because I'm going down a rabbit hole. Okay, so I see Itsuno. I'm looking at all the games he's worked on. He even has Miscellaneous and Nocturne. That's, oh, I guess because Dante's in SMT Nocturne. That's probably why he's Miscellaneous. I was like, whoa, crazy, huh? Small world. And then I remember. I haven't played any DMC games up to this point, so my exposure is like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. So I got the boring DMC 2 Dante. At least for Nocturne. Yeah, I want to play Rival Schools. That was an arcade game and then they ported it to a few consoles, didn't they? Also, they're putting a Rival Schools character in Street Fighter V, if I remember correctly. I don't have money, do I? Yeah, I'm saving up for the double jump. Yeah, I like that there's a different environment too. I thought maybe the whole game was gonna take place in the castle. Ooh. See, I'm still not reacting to attacks very well when there's like a clear wind-up animation. I want to figure out the sword throw and how to use that in combos. I guess I throw it and then shoot at the same time since I can't use my sword. Yeah, that's clear wind-up animation. Oh, I can still punch while the sword's out. I didn't know that. I thought I was just limited to the gun. Interesting. When should I use that in a combo? Oh, maybe for longer ones if I have the time. Kind of like how Ifrit charges up its punches, so I can just extend combos. Not like a true combo, but if I have the time. That's what I'm thinking. So like here, maybe not. I'm also getting mixed up with launching. I was holding the X button to launch and now I can't do it, or triangle. Yeah, I can't wait to play 3. I can't wait to play 3 and 4. And then of course 5. I'm gonna play 5 whenever I get a next-gen console. I don't know when that is. I missed what he said. Something about like a strange energy. Maybe it's a maze. Probably just a maze. Oh wow, that did go far. So some kind of strange power has taken me back to the entrance. I guess I'll have to try again. Okay, so I gotta figure out why it's sending me back. I thought it was which place I left from. Maybe it's not. A glitch in this game gets used a lot and really isn't really about combo extension, but move recovery. So we're interested in the frame data. You swing your sword, then move the analog stick in a circle, you recover much more quickly. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let me fight these guys. I probably have to check out that tombstone. I thought that would have been enough. I also have to learn to launch them up, but not myself, and shoot them. See if I can't do something out of that. Alright, yeah, this is what I was missing. I was missing the reading part. Reading comprehension. Valley of the Mist. One must choose the right path to enter the Lost Land. Only those who protect the weak light shall have the power to decipher the right path. Okay, puzzle, not so much. Just reading comprehension. Yeah, I didn't figure out a good way to hit these guys since it seems to be only their head that takes damage. Whoops. That's alright. Are you talking... Okay, I didn't know this was here, to be honest. You need to look at that. That part always gets overlooked by people. Ooh, thank you then. Oh, they give you an actual guide? Low-class evil spirits that borrow the body. Okay, yep, flavor text. Sometimes they use guns. Before they fire their guns, they have a habit of twirling their wrists. Interesting. That's really cool. I like when these resources are in the game. Because I find myself playing a lot of JRPGs, and a lot, like, there is some text telling you what things do, but when it comes to, like, more meaty, like, definitions, I gotta go to the internet to look for that stuff. So let me look up these guys. Their capes are nothing more than illusions. All physical attacks against them are useless and easily blocked. When they are coming down with their scissors, there's a short moment of time when they are off guard. If you attack at the right moment, you'll be able to damage them critically. Knock the scissors out of your hands. Yeah, this is neat. Thank you for telling me about this. To evade the returning... You have to be quick on your feet to evade the returning scythe of the boomerang scythe attack. The scythe that flies at you can be deflected with your guns if you engage your devil trigger. Yeah, this is like really meaty information. This is great. You retain this info as you experiment, and Dante learns about the monsters. So what fills this up? Do you have to kill a certain amount? So I see like 9 out of 12. If I kill 12 out of 12, will more information be filled out? Here's 9 out of 9. Let me see if there's 9 different paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So it's your interactions with the enemies themselves. So, like for this, it says, when they're coming down with their scissors, there's a short moment of time that they're off guard. If you attack at the right moment, you'll be able to damage them critically. Is that because I did that firsthand and then it filled up? So like, because I hit him critically, that page was filled out. Wow, that is really good game design. It lets you experiment firsthand. And then like gives you the information you need to like really optimize the playthrough for like, because this game grades you, so that's really good for grading too. It tells you how to beat them so that when you go back and do it, you have that much more info. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about that. Okay, I see. If they clank, then they shoot fire. That's the warm-up that that's the warning I get. Oh, I can hit him from over here. Yeah, right into the health. I want to try to launch them up and shoot them, like get that muscle memory down. 'Cause that's tough. Like that. I haven't been able to do that yet. Yeah, there's so much freedom in this game, even if it's like not a whole lot of stuff. Like I said, it's just enough for me to start like theory crafting. Oh, it looks like I don't even have to fight. Oh, I do have to fight. He stole my light. That's cool. Oh, I see. I didn't notice that the first time here. Ooh. Alright, physical attacks, not gonna do it. Learn that lesson. I'm having a hard time with these guys. I need to save double trigger for them. I'm gonna save double trigger and then use the electric on them. It's probably the easiest way to deal with them. Yeah, I didn't buy anything. At least I didn't really miss out on much. Let's just be over here. I just want to fight the fire guys separately, if possible. That's fine, it just wasn't a whole lot of space to move around there. Whoa. Yeah, I don't remember this many guys last time. Alright, maybe I can make some progress this time. Alright, so if I double trigger do this, that should get rid of them really quickly. Yeah, that was too easy. I think they're also glitching out in the back. Yeah, I played Bayonetta 1 and 2. They were really good. Ooh, jeez. You're gonna have to refresh me though. Alfheims? This game is a precursor to Alfheims. Probably one of the most polarizing or disappointing aspects. Yeah, I don't remember what that is. Alfheim's Bayonetta. I'm looking it up now. So it's a... Is that the like wave mode? Okay, the bonus portals. Gotcha. Yeah, didn't a special edition of DMC5 advertise Bloody Palace, I think they called it? Is that the same kind of thing? Am I gonna get chased by something? Oh, what? That was like a Crash Bandicoot camera angle where something was gonna come out of that cave. Oh, these guys have armor, don't they? Oh, gotcha. like that the spider boss is a normal enemy now. It's, or at least for now it is. Let me go back to the... Before I was just doing Stinger and then backing away. I didn't fight that second one very well. Yeah, I think it's better that the bonus challenge modes aren't something that's hidden. I think that's a good way to... Because, like, the thing that gives you longevity in these games is being optimal and just, like, getting better at the mechanics. So, even if you have literally just, like, a circle arena that sends you waves of enemies, that's still, like, fun content because the combat's so good. Making it a secret is just kind of like hiding something that could easily just lengthen the game. But, I mean, if you're so familiar with this game, probably not a huge issue. Offer the chalice and open the path. Oh no, I don't like this guy. I'm not happy he's a regular enemy. At least I've got a good answer for him now. That trailing effect he has looks wild in HD. Hang on, I'm not done with that guy. Do I have to restart the fight? I think I do. Stuff like that effect trailing that guy and Dante's sword, I can tell benefited from being on the original PS2. The fact that it looks so clean makes it look weird. Because Dante's got it too. Oh, is there nothing... I just got bamboozled. Yeah, I still gotta figure out the sword's throw. Maybe it's good for groups. Oh, that makes 4. I think I have 4. Yeah. The fragments have combined to make one whole blue orb. The vitality's maximum limit will be increased. Oh, this is where I was supposed to go anyway, isn't it? I'll fight him outside, not in there. That's just a bad idea. Oh, that's what that tornado does? Man, that was pretty brutal. Oh, I see. He's placing them. I thought it was part of the environment for some reason. I just really want him to die. His attacks are crazy. This camera doesn't help, does it? Just walking at me very slowly. Is that even hitting him? It says dull. I'm not trying to be stylish, I just want him gone. You're familiar enough with the game and you don't like secret missions. Like, how come? Is it like the same reason I was talking about, where it shouldn't be hidden, or the secret missions just aren't that good in this game? Oh, no, you did explain right after. It's really obtuse, irritating factor because, like you said, you want to be good at the game, but they're so out of the way, committing that stuff to memory doesn't feel relevant. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think the main reason that it's a complaint in this kind of game is because the game is combat. Like, that's why you play Devil May Cry, is because the combat's good. And I think maybe newer games made it more commonplace to have some sort of like procedurally generated, or just a place where you can mess around in it. Because it's an easy way to lengthen the game, is just to add a mode, like an endless mode. Am I jumping in there? I think I'm jumping in there. Oh no, I can't. Yeah, and just making it a secret means that not everybody's gonna find that extra content. Alright, I guess I'm ready to go through the door. Yeah, there were some games that made extra content secrets, and now it's just like you want to advertise as much stuff as you can about your game. So like making them game modes is like the modern equivalent. And it's just depends on how the game is designed and how old it is. Like, sometimes it's not the game's fault. I'm not extremely familiar with Dark Souls. What are their secrets like? I know the game Dark Souls does a really good job with immersion and like making a really fleshed out world. So I feel like secrets in Dark Souls, so like here's the difference. Dark Souls is more exploration heavy. So you finding secrets is you being rewarded for your exploration, whereas DMC is more arcadey, front to beginning to end action, like more linear action. So putting secrets in it feels like it feels a little outdated, whereas they could have just introduced it as like an endless mode or something like that, or like more different modes. Because there's, in DMC 1, from what I know so far, there's only like the story mode. There's no extra modes. And then if you pick up a game like DMC 4 or 5, they have different kinds of endless modes and other kind of features. Just something out of the way, but you can use observation to find and discover things. It retains how people feel about tech and fighting games. Doesn't turn learning or interacting with the game into marketing. Yeah, I think it's baked in Dark Souls. It's baked into the exploration of the game. Extra modes, but it's a character you get to play as, or difficulty. Yeah, and that stuff shouldn't. You should never have to unlock a difficulty mode. That is such a archaic game design. Whether it's an easy mode or a very, very hard mode, that should not be locked upon, like, that should not be behind an unlock wall. I was playing DMC 1 and you unlock easy mode after, like, the first 2 chapters. I said this yesterday, too. You should have all difficulties unlocked from the beginning, and you should have descriptions for every difficulty. And whatever your normal is, it should say, this is how we intend for you to play this game. Play this. If this is your first time playing the game, please play it on this difficulty. That's how I think it should be handled. There are extra modes. So you're saying you don't agree. Mostly because there's a problem with difficulty modes. And yeah, and I think that's a fault of the descriptions. They're often inaccurate and it doesn't account for people with experience. So I think that that's a flaw of the designer and not a flaw of difficulties. Like I said, I think it's really important to explain what our intended way for you to play this game is. Like, Darkest Dungeon had a big update in early access and people didn't like the changes. I don't know how familiar you are with this example, but there was a corpse mechanic that was added to the early access version of the game, and people hated it. But the developer said, like, this is how we feel the game should be played. So in the vanilla, like, difficulty for the game, it says this is how we want you to play it. And then if you go into the extra settings, you can turn corpses off, but in the description it says you can do this, but this isn't how we intend for you to play it. So, like, I think communication is more important than, like, unlocking difficulties and people playing the wrong difficulty and having a bad experience because of it. The Resident Evil 2 remake does what you described and it just misleads folks. But that's the thing. Intention in design is definitely overwrought with assumptions about how people will learn or play your games, so I think unlock is much more elegant. Yeah, you definitely make a good argument. This game's unlocks aren't bad because it makes things hard relative to the progression you make in the game. Yeah, I think the other thing is, in my mind, I think that there's only one intended difficulty. Like, some games shouldn't even have difficulties, and I'm fine with that. But I think that accessibility is why accessibility and, like, reasons to replay the game are why difficulties are a good thing, in my opinion. Like, accessibility, having an easy mode. Even if it's not how you intend to play the game, some people can't play it that way. So having an easy mode is like a good band-aid for that, so you can have more players enjoy your game. And then I think that the harder modes are there for, like, once you've mastered the game, this is how we're going to, like, make it harder so that you can enjoy it to, like, a bigger degree, or, like, to flesh it out more. Like, a good example, I played Nier Automata again recently, like my second playthrough of the game, and I played it on normal the first time, and the challenge, the difficulty was handled really well, I guess, like balancing, to put it briefly. Like, normal was balanced really well. And hard mode, the only difference between hard mode and very hard mode is, like, hard mode, everything one-shots you, or very hard mode, everything one-shots you. Hard mode, a lot of things will one-shot you, but not everything. So, like, clearly hard and very hard are not intended for your first playthrough, because even hard is really difficult to play through. So I think that harder difficulties are good for second playthroughs, but the base difficulty should be what the developers intend for you to do. Alright, let me catch up to your chat. I think I went on a tangent there. I love to literally be talking to you about this. I like your ideas on this. Yeah, thank you. I like, and I'm glad that you said that you disagree with me, because I like hearing other opinions too. I also waited to press OK on this chalice because I knew there was going to be something important going on that I didn't want to miss. Oh, jeez. Alright, at least he didn't sucker punch me like the wolf does. What does this arena even look like? Alright, I do like that they're repeating some boss fights too. Because now I'm more familiar with the game's mechanics. I feel a lot more confident about this than the first time. This room's not too big, is it? And here is where I'd pull the camera back just a little bit more. So I'm saying, like, fixed camera angles are fine, but you gotta be really careful about it, especially in a game like this with more action. Ooh. Alright, I'll leave him alone. I'm afraid of him countering me. If I can't launch him, I gotta use the stinger. I've gotten that muscle memory in, like, the wrong direction now. Oh, this is too close. Ah. That was a good first try. Yeah, if the camera was pulled back a little bit in that room, I think I'd feel better about it. What? Did I do a lot? Kind of. I kind of lost a lot of progress. Ow. That was a lot of blood missing. I don't know what I did last time when he was doing this. Except for this exact thing. I messed up the electricity. Here we go. I'm gonna lose just to this guy. I gotta read up on him. Maybe that's what I should do. Oh, no problem. I do not mind. Oh yeah, reading. File, enemy. I'm glad there's pictures too. They use many staffs. Okay, flavor text. Their screw attack is accurate and very destructive. Dodge it. It's unwise to try to fight these evil spirits from surface. Become a devil hunter and take fight into the air. Regular guns won't have much effect against it. The weak points are their horns. If you find a way to attack their horns, it's the most effective way. So I don't think I was doing anything wrong. It's just a slow fight. When they concentrate evil in their heads will turn red and all of your attacks will become ineffective. Okay, I saw that. When you're caught in this situation, do your best to dodge their attacks. Alright. It's crazy that they designed an enemy that physical attacks are mostly useless on them. I don't know if I like that. Unless there's just a better way to deal with them that I haven't figured out. I'm glad Dante knows where he is, because I sure don't. So the horns. Maybe I should swipe at the horns? Okay. There's gotta... I don't know. It's gonna say there's gotta be a better way to deal with that enemy. I really don't know. Alright. I need to go in the sewers. I can just keep doing the launcher. He got stun locked by the ceiling. Spam Helmbreaker. Which one is that? Is that an attack I have? Let me get out of this real quick. Maybe I can stun lock them with the ceiling again. It's jump and then press... Oh, the down swipe. I guess that's what I've been calling it. That. I love the compressed Dante. The audio looks great. We still got PS2 Dante. Canada Dante. Okay, I'm not fighting these guys twice. I am out of here. Oops. So there was another side to this. To get that, maybe I have to go... I may have already done it and already forgot. Sounds like me. Nice idle animation. A+. Yeah, over here. How do I get in there? I must not have gotten it last time. My guess is I've got to ride that platform over there. Oops, didn't make it. I wonder if double jump helps me with secrets. It sounds like it would. Like maybe there's only certain things you can get with the double jump. The only reason I speculate is because it seems optional. Alright, round 2. Okay, I can interrupt him. I think it's probably only wise to do that in Devil Trigger. I think as long as I'm moving, that won't hit me. That did a lot of damage. Can I grab that health? Ooh, I can. Just to lose it again. Wow. At least I can stagger him. This can't be the strat, right? Like, I'm interrupting him every time. Maybe I was afraid of nothing. Yeah, get in the corner. This can't be... this can't be right. Okay. This is also the only game in DMC series to feature actual sword fighting. I'll cherish it while I can. I'm looking forward to... Who's the character that revs up his sword? Is that in DMC 5? I think it's Nero. Okay, 4 and 5. I like, it's easy to make fun of, but man, is that actually bad AF. It's like revving up your sword to do more damage. I'm for it. It's so crazy that I love it. You hate the mechanic. Visually, I love it then. I can't say. I've never played it, but I love the idea. What is in here? Should I use the chalice? I love how up its own ass it is. I'm a fan. Yeah, we're on the same page, yeah. Now, I'm curious about the mechanic now. Entrance is sealed, so that means I'm in a very small area to explore. Ooh, health. Okay, that door. Aesthetically, I vibe with it. Yeah, I know a little bit about DMC 5, and Nero's whole shtick is rotating between different arms that have different durabilities. That sounds really complex for like the poster character. I was always curious about that. I really like V's design, I think that's his name, because he combos from a distance, which is really unique. And then, like, the other thing, like, he combos from a distance, but then the finishing blow, he gets in and gets out. Like, that's so cool for a character action beat 'em up. What's up, Bigby? Liked using his sword to skateboard on enemies in 4. Yeah, I can't wait to play some of these newer ones. If you like fighting games, you're gonna like those. Yeah, I can't wait. Cannot wait. Still don't have enough for a double jump. Yeah, that's why I think I should be playing more of these games to begin with. I feel like this is my kind of thing to sink hours into. Underwater controls. Cannot use Devil Trigger. Quickly changes to the direction. Alright, swim, change directions. When you have the underwater gun equipped, so that's the same. But it's also why I think they lose a lot of the better ideas from this game. Like, Bayonetta takes inspiration from older games. Yeah, so I think that from my limited view, it seems like this game has the combat, but has the single-player world exploration. But the second games just have the combat and the spectacle. Like, they replace the slower parts of this game with spectacle. And just, like, going from point A to point B. That's what it seems like. Yeah, and I'm really curious if I'm going to be overwhelmed by the newer games, because there's a chance that'll happen. I think there's just enough here for me to really enjoy, like, clinging to. I really want to use the Ifrit gloves now. But I feel bad after upgrading this so much. And I think that's not necessarily bad, but to call it an all-out improvement. Yeah, I agree with you there. It's different, which isn't bad at all. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's not a good or a bad thing, it's just a different thing. You can just guard break that boss over and over with Ifrit. Yeah, I was doing well enough without Ifrit. Yeah, all offense. Offense is also a good defense. Okay, a pirate ship. Definitely a different flavor here. Am I going onto it? I think I just... Oh yeah, underwater controls. That's right. I didn't get that tutorial. What is Nello Angelo? Is that something I've gotten to? What's up, Scarecrow? Do I have a certain amount of breath? Oh, this sucks. Get me out. That breaks up the pace so much being underwater. I hope it's not common here. Oh, that's his name. Okay. Alright, I thought that was a mechanic you were talking about. I'm doing good. I'm getting further and further into DMC. Ooh, okay. Yeah, and the other thing I'm kind of hit or miss about with these kind of games is you don't have access to all your tools right away. Like, you gotta buy some of them. I guess that's what New Game Plus is good for. Maybe if I was going back to... Because I know it's like a really niche complaint, but I hate when... Let's say Bayonetta. You're playing through Bayonetta 1, and you put so many hours into it, and you bought in all your upgrades and gear and things like that, and then you buy another copy of it on Switch because you want to play it portably. Then you gotta do all that stuff from square one again. I feel like maybe introducing a New Game Plus type mode, but one that you can play from the beginning, where you just have access to everything. I don't know. I don't know if that's like, if that'll work. It's because, like, you don't want the player to be overwhelmed, so I get that there's a shop where you buy new skills. But, like, a part of me is like, why not make the game where you have all these skills from the beginning, but design the game better around using all that stuff? But I think that's way too big of a change. That's an aspect of the game that's linked to your performance and more or less rewards you for being good. Yeah, I think the benefits outweigh my, like, nitpicking. I think there's a really good thing going on here with the economy. It's like you can buy consumables, but they'll lower your score and use your precious money that you need for real upgrades. And then you get rewarded for doing well by buying those good upgrades. In this game, when you clear the game, you start over. Okay, so there is a New Game Plus in the first DMC. That's something I was curious about. I didn't know if this game came out around the time that New Game Plus type things were common. But usually you play a fresh file and turns rank into something more than the letter S. That's the thing, that's what happens. Difficulty goes up and the enemies get new moves. Okay, that's perfect. But then I'm thinking, like, why not just turn that into a hard mode that you can do from the beginning? But then it also has to be communicated that you have all the skills from the beginning. I don't know what I'm actually complaining about, because I like how it's handled here. Rank feels meaningless in the new game since the economy of the game isn't as well considered. Yeah. I think this game does have a really good balance and a... What am I trying to say? There's really good rewards for doing well, and there's a good give and take. Like, if you're having trouble with the game, you buy more consumables, but they don't help you in the late game kind of thing. Whereas it's way more... It's better for your playthrough that you just get good. And that also just reaffirms the good combat, because you're, like, getting more familiar with the combat while you play through the game, which is, like, really good game design. Like, it speaks to this game that there's progression in the player getting better at it rather than external things. Like, internally, you're just getting more familiar with the game. Yeah. At the end of that rant, I don't actually know what I'm complaining about. It's just, like, something I just wanted to bring up, I guess. There's a point to getting an S or 3 in the early game so you can unlock double jump immediately. Yeah, double jump is different from all the other upgrades because it's like a movement thing, which you could use to maybe exploit the game in a different way. Let's have a look around. Yeah, and didn't DMC5 have microtransactions in it? Ugh. Gross. Because I think you could buy more gems in 5. That was, like, the game's currency. Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion, but that's gross. Like, you look at this, which is so clearly designed around the economy, and then you look at DMC5, again, speaking from a limited view of a game that probably requires a lot more grinding, and then sells you a solution. Like, Yeah, I'm not interested in Genshin just because I know it's got a free to play. It takes pride in its gacha elements, and I just feel like they're like maybe I could have fun with it. Maybe you can have fun with it just playing it for a week, enjoying it and putting it down, but I know it's not designed that way. Alright, let's try that door now. This game doesn't get nearly enough credit for its progression design. Yeah, I think it's great. I don't have a single complaint about it. Protect the ship, and you shall be given the fire of St. Elmo. Ah, this guy. Yeah, I totally agree with you. The better you do, the more rewarded you get, which is amazing. There's just a part of me that doesn't like that your extra moves are locked in some fashion. But I think the payoff is better than whatever I have in mind. Ooh. Can you only jump lightning? Okay. I was having trouble with the jump lightning. I've played Symphony of the Night. I love it. I think... Hold on, I got another tangent for that. Let me die to this guy first. I got rid of one of his horns, which I didn't do last time. Okay. Yeah, I like Symphony of the Night, but I don't think specifically that game is balanced very well. I think you get way too strong way too quick in Symphony of the Night. And I've yet to play a lot of the other Castlevania Metroidvanias, but I have played Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and I think that was balanced a lot better. Even though as an action game, counterplay isn't necessarily a huge emphasis, the concept is something I think people can't really take to. But the game doesn't sanity check your specials with Alucard, it just omits or doesn't tell you how to do them. I wasn't a fan of how Symphony of the Night special attacks were. Was it Symphony of the Night? It was one or both games where you pick up weapons, but you find out what their specials are. Oh yeah, no, Symphony of the Nights was better. Because you buy them from Alucard, right? Bloodstained Ritual of the Night had it, so you could have a special weapon, but you only know what special abilities it does when you read a book somewhere else in the area or in the world. And I think there was like a disconnect with not having that information available to you. And then a lot of times I didn't even have the weapon when I was reading the book that told me what this other weapon did. So it was like useless information. But yeah, I actually, yeah, you make a good point there. Maybe I would like things closer to how Symphony of the Night does it, where buying the things from Alucard, you always have access to those things, but buying them from Alucard tells you what they are. I like that. Yeah, Ritual of the Night does it, but doesn't do it in as good of a way. I want to make sure I read everything you're saying. Yeah, and it's tied to the weapons. That's what also makes it. It's like two things that Ritual of the Night does wrong. It ties it specifically to the weapons, and you find information separate from the weapon. So it's like you can capitalize off of those two things working out very rarely. It's knowing how to traverse the castle, but I think you could change that and just take the whole movability concept and make action where the core idea is actually fighting. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. There's easy ways to break these kind of games like Symphony of the Night and DMC, but you gotta be informed and familiar with the game. That's the intrinsic difficulty that I like in these kind of games. It's you getting more familiar and better at the game rather than you getting higher levels or you getting better gear or this and that. Alright, let me get back to the game. I'm having a good time chatting with you about this stuff. Thanks for joining. I'm trying to do both. That's where I'm having a good time playing the game and I'm having a good time chatting with you, but it's hard to do both. So I'm trying to find time for both. Underwater controls. Got it. Never want to do it again. Does Stinger combo into anything? Like if I Stinger up to somebody? I've only known it to be a finisher at the moment. Alright, get me out of here. I want out. Think it's more utility? Okay. Because I think it was only until Stinger 2 that it moved me forward. I think the first time it was just a normal slash. I'm having a hard time launching them and myself now. Okay. Because if I hold Y too long, it'll go into the sword throw. Yeah, I only asked because level 2 sent me... Like, level 1 didn't do this. I think it just did it in place. So I was like, maybe I could start something with this? I don't know. Maybe if I kill an enemy sooner than I think, I can just use it to finish on another enemy. That sounds utility. Did I go down here last time? I don't think I did. Something's behind me, isn't it? This is ridiculous. Underwater combat? Maybe I should fight them to get more meter. I don't think I actually did anything of note here before the door. Whoa. Alright, yeah, I also gotta try Home Splitter more. In a safe area. Oh, where am I going? What? I want to fight somewhere more open, maybe here. Because he's also phasing in the walls, and that's messing me up. I think he just tries to counter when I home split. I like the feedback I get from the controller. Like, even if I can't see them on screen, it's vibrating when I hit them. Maybe it would have been nice if they added something visual, but I still like that there's something. thank you. I don't know if I can beat these guys every time. Can appreciate that they at least were going to depict swimming. I guess it depends how much it's used, because I don't want to jump to conclusions here. I wouldn't have minded a cutscene that showed Dante swimming in and out, and then that's it. But if there's a lot of water sections, then maybe I'm judging it too soon. I would not have minded a cutscene. That would have been easier for them too. Oh, this is the same door I went in. I think this game does a good... It already has a good balance, though. Like, there's action and then there's exploration. It's like 50-50. I don't think having to spice it up with an underwater section really adds to it at all. I gotta play more MGS games. I've played 1 and some of 2. I like that they keep... Like, normally reusing bosses is seen as lazy, but they reuse them in such interesting ways. I think this game's really clever with it. It doesn't feel... Like, it feels intentional. It doesn't feel like they were reusing assets and being lazy. It's the same face, but the fights are usually different. I'm having a hard time with that bird. Yeah, it feels intentional. And like I said with the knight, it also shows that you're getting stronger. Because, like, me, the player, is getting more familiar with the game. That does so much damage. I'm just gonna rely on that. I'm glad that doesn't do damage, because I'm not sure how it works. Okay, it did do damage, maybe. Ah, man, it lingers in the middle. I think it's helping me more than hurting me when it lifts me up. Alright, now I can devil trigger. I'm gonna wait till it gets closer though. I don't want to hit that, I want to hit the big bird. Or maybe that was a bad idea. It's a weird mechanic. I gotta jump back, but make sure there's enough space to jump back. Alright, I think I'm getting it. I don't know. Yeah, I can't jump forward. Oh, I almost jumped right into that. I think I got it. I don't know. There's no health bar. Okay, I did do it. I hope this is the end of the chapter. About the underwater combat, totally get the apprehension, because I don't think that idea is going to win anyone over. Is that the only time the underwater is used? This game, to me, is unfortunate in that I can say certain things it does aren't really surpassed. Yeah, if that's the only time the water's actually used, I would have gladly just taken a cutscene showing Dante swimming under and in the boat or something. Or jumping. But it's not even like 5 minutes of swimming. It's so... I don't know. Like, it just seems like the effort didn't amount to much, is all. Yeah, and it's not a challenge either. One more sequence. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how close I am to finishing the game. Like, hours-wise. I don't know how many missions are in the game either. I now have a double jump. I think that most people opt into the cutscene before even trying. But you see all this talk about, but gameplay. Yeah, because it's used so little, it's not like it matters either way to me. Like, I'm not complaining, it seems weird, like, from a developer standpoint. It's like, we're gonna program swimming, but only use it for, like, a very, very, very small amount of time. That's the only thing, that's the only reason I want to bring it up, is because it seems weird from the designer's standpoint. Yeah, what does justify... And that's a tough question. I just think that this game's base combat exploration is so strong that it doesn't really need a one-off mechanic. But again, it seems like I'm judging it too early, because there's still this. Am I swimming out of that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, after I finish this part, maybe I'll talk about that a little more, because that's a good question. Yeah. I feel like I shouldn't get too close because of the travel time. Is he still alive? Alright, I'm out. Alright, first complaint. Turn sensitivity should be a little higher. Because moving's already a little slow. So like moving and then slowly turning to aim. I like that there's a little bit of auto aim. I think that's fair. Can I snipe him? I think it's just not picking him up. Yeah, I think off the bat, a one-off mechanic is a base by base or case by case thing. Like, it depends on what kind of game you have. I don't know. Again, I'm trying to multitask here. Turn. Oh, can I get them here? No, they're just gonna shoot me through the wall, but I can't shoot them through the wall. That's it. 3 minutes of swimming, when I could have just swam by some of them. Because there's one-off mechanics like, let's say you're playing Call of Duty and there's a turret section. Like, that doesn't add anything to... That changes the gameplay completely from, like, the boots to the ground shooting. I could say there's even, like, B-grade platformers of this era that are platformers but have turret sections. So, like, it depends how drastically it changes the gameplay, for one, and if that is good for the gameplay. I'm trying to think of what platformer that is. Because I've watched so many... I don't know if you've heard of Nitro Rad, but he does a lot of B-grade platformers. And I know one of the ones he covered had a turret section in it, which was, like, really jarring. I think that there are... when really relegated to the term gameplay, and then not describe the gameplay. What do you mean? I think a good example that's not really... For instance, I think that they wanted there to be a feeling of escaping the sinking ship. They've done timers before in this game. They could have just had a timer and running out of the sinking ship or something. I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to think of how much work it would have taken to, like, physically tilt the ship and have it start sinking and then have Dante climb out of it in normal gameplay. Yeah. I see where you're coming from, and I guess this is the best way to do it. Bayonetta does something that isn't really considered the same, but Bayonetta, when you defeat some enemies, they'll drop weapons, and those weapons will, like, spice up the gameplay a little bit. It's not the same thing at all, but I think that that's a way to, like, spice up something a little bit. Totally different tangent. Yeah. You're right. If I were to complain, I'd only be nitpicking at the end of the day, because there's really... I think there's less than 5 minutes of swimming in this game. Oh, true, we could talk about that. Yeah, Bayonetta has the motorcycle and the shoot 'em up sections. Motorcycle didn't do it for me. The shoot 'em up was long. Oh, I'm playing, aren't I? Yeah, I'd have to really, like, take some time and think about, like, spin-off content or side content. That is a health upgrade, is it not? Or, yeah, at the end of the day, I got nothing to complain about with the swimming. Except for the turning speed. Like, if there's an enemy behind me, like, I've got to swim to position myself because I'm using a projectile. I gotta turn slowly and then shoot. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Everything else, I got no complaints. Nothing that actually is a bad thing toward the game. Yeah, it's good that it's harmless rather than frustrating, I agree. Yeah, I think the main reason I brought it up is just, like, I don't know how important those sections were to them where they wanted to design like a new mechanic around such a short period of time. But yeah, to be in the mind. Alright, next is Vortex, and then I'll be buying stuff for Ifrit. Those look like traps. That looks like a wall that's filled with spikes. Yep, I agree with you. It's... yeah, at the end of the day, I don't have any strong feelings. Ooh, I know where this goes, maybe. Skeleton's arm appears to be a lever of sort. No. No, I know what happens. The spike wall is gonna come toward me. Yeah, I'd rather it not be hard. I'm glad that it's at least easy. Dante's so slow in his base run speed, and it normally doesn't matter. But it's I don't feel like he's trying his best here. Okay, there it is. It's gonna... I almost couldn't see around the corner. Yeah, I don't think you ever want to make side mechanics challenging, because then it's jarring, because it's something that you haven't practiced, and it's hard. There's gotta be something behind this waterfall, right? What's that? Eliminates all the evil that's around you. It's video game 101 right there with the waterfall. Okay. It's either you guys want to jump up here or not. Oh yeah, that's right, I got the double jump. I'm trying to get myself to jump up. I wish there was a room with an open room with easy enemies where I could practice some of this stuff. Can I launch him? I can launch him. I'm trying my best here to put something together. What kind of property does the crit hit have? Comboing is one thing, but what this game does is ask you to figure out a decisive blow. Ah. Oh, I think I did it yesterday with the lion enemy. I did it by accident. Alright, just watch the fire guy and then I'm groovy. You can grab that. I don't know if the health goes away. I don't want to find out. Dante looks so cool when he's just shooting pistols. They did such a good job with just this animation here. The slow walk and the double pistols. And I think his head's tilted to the side. Now I gotta see. After taking all this unnecessary damage. Yeah, he like tilts his head the other way too, which is like really subtle. Todome or Ichigeki. I played a little bit of Pokemon Black in Japanese maybe like a couple of years ago now while trying to learn it. And I know I probably forgot everything. But I know that crit and attack and defense and all that were words that I at one point knew. Yeah, did I go the wrong way? No, I grabbed something. Yeah, I'm going back this way, I believe. And hopefully I don't actually have to fight this guy. Yeah, it doesn't look locked to me. Oh, maybe... Okay, yeah. I think I'm going the right way. So there's a difference between a critical hit and then a fatal hit, I guess. Some enemies either have critical damage, weak spots, or fatal weak points. Okay. Right, and I read the scissor thing in the article. You can hit their weapons aside, slip to their left or something, and shoot once. Huh. I must have done that by accident if the game has a description for it. I'm still slow on the draw there. Yeah, I'm a fan of Air Raid. That's been saving my life with those enemies. Yeah, this game feels so good to play now. And I'm only, like, this is the second stream. I've just gotten a hang of the controls. Yeah, I think going into the next games, I want to know, like, how much more complex than the combat mechanics get, and if it overwhelms, like, me personally. I like that even if I have this mastered, though, I can always just switch to the Ifrit gloves and the grenade launcher. So there's still, like, more ways to play. Am I backtracking? I thought I was supposed to grab... I have the Staff of Hermes. And the shield. And I know the door I'm supposed to bring it to. Yeah, and I'm not on any one side. Like this game should be more or less complex, and the newer games should be more or less. But I'm just kind of curious myself, like how I digest it, because this game is digestible for somebody who wants to learn it. Does this ship like naturally go back, or is it just done for good? Because I think the extra complexity is good for the newer games, as long as they're also accessible. Because the newer games could just be too overwhelming. I think I'm going backwards. Maybe I should go back the other way. I mean, I at least found another collectible. Is that everyone? Yeah, I would assume going forward the important question is, are those games still accessible? Even if they're more complex, are they easy to pick up? Alright, I'm gonna assume that I'm going the wrong way. I probably don't... It's probably not mandatory that I fight some of these enemies. So I'm just gonna run past them. I think there's simplicity in this game in comparison. I don't know if I'd say it's simple, like, overall. But in comparison, yeah, of course it's gonna feel that way. So this was a dead end too. So how do I get back? Okay, never mind. Up here. I'm catching up to your comments. I'm reading them all. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. So last stream, last stream I was talking about the dodge roll in this game versus the dodge roll in Bayonetta 1 and 2. Bayonetta's 1 and 2 is just a single button, and it's so easy to use. And that's good because the game's really fast. But this game, it's 3 buttons. It's like the stance... That's right, I don't have to fight these guys. It's the stance, it's the direction, and it's the button. I think I'm going this way then. So, it's a lot... In comparison, it's a lot clunkier. It's a lot clunkier compared to Bayonetta, but it's still designed... It's slower and designed around that. So, like, in comparison, I'm probably going to have these feelings, but it's not a good or a bad thing. Just the newer games are faster, and the games are designed... The mechanics are designed around it being faster. Another holy water. Yeah, I admire the slower dodging of this game. I think it's actually refreshing. And then another tangent, but like quote-unquote clunkier mechanics aren't always a bad thing. A good example are horror games where it may be clunky to swing a weapon or clunky to move around. I think that stuff is done intentionally, and I think it's better because it's done that way. Like Silent Hill 2, swinging a... I don't remember what weapon you get first. I think it's a plank of wood. Like, swinging the plank of wood in Silent Hill 2 is really clunky, and I think that makes the tension of the game that much more, like, high, I guess. I'm gonna go grab that health. And he's gonna follow me there. Yeah, this is where the staff and the shield go. Anybody else? Yeah, there is. They just keep coming. I guess it's good I was trying to save Devil Trigger. Yeah, I like level 2 Stinger. I think that's actually pretty fun to use, even if it's a utility. Oh, we got a stylish. That might be my first one. Please be the last of these guys. There's still more! Should I just be ignoring them and running? Do I need 2 lances and 2 shields? Alright, maybe I gotta finish this room. Alright, I can escape, but where do I go? I don't think there's been a room where they just consistently respawn. So I wasn't ready for that. I was gonna just fight them and then sit around and figure out where to go. Let me catch up. Dodging can be really abstract in this game. Yeah, the only thing I am nitpicky about the rolling is that you can't roll forward and back. So, like, that combined with the camera, the fixed camera, makes it a little weird sometimes. Like, you're in combat, you're trying to roll, the camera will switch, and then you end up doing a backflip when you just want to roll. Maybe if there was like a tap hold system, where if you tap it's a roll, if you hold it's a jump. I don't know, maybe that would have fixed the problem. Oh wait, I didn't read what that was. Is that important? Mysterious stone that shines in the dark, an ordinary stone that exists in the underworld, has somehow over time gained different properties in the human world. That flavor text means nothing to me. Rubble is blocking the path, so I can't go this way. Too bad. That guy's gonna get up, right? Oop, wrong button. Yeah, I was about to bring that up. That or like there's a spotlight above my head. Thought I saw blue in here too. There it is. Oh, there's a lot in here. Oh, okay. What? How do I fight in here? I have a double jump. Maybe I should have used that. Okay, alright. Okay. That's a lot. A moving floor, traps, and enemies that go through walls and avoid physical attacks. I've learned my lesson. I also know I can skip this now. Alright, what was up here? It was this, which I maybe need. This guy's gonna get up. Oh, I can double jump even there. Thought I was gonna be further away. At least it's in the beginning. I don't always mind something as jarring as that, because these levels are all relatively short. So even if there's a really challenging section, the end of the level is probably like right after it. Especially for the bosses. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here yet. I don't even know if I can hit them because the area is so small. Does this go somewhere? I don't even want to be in here right now. Ooh. Wait, what? Poison? What in the world is this room? Oh, I'm just getting this and leaving. I don't know what that bonus room is for, though. Or that other side room. I got greedy. Ooh. That room sucked. Not a fan at all. Oh jeez. Yeah, that camera's like right in my way. Ooh, it's nighttime now. Ooh. Just trying to get through. There was another door, too. I'm not sure. So, like, I missed two things. I missed a door, and I missed whatever room was in the middle of those traps. Offer a sacrifice to the Colosseum. It shall connect the path to the Wheel of Destiny. The bird. And I have no health. I forgot about air raid. That was almost bad. I can't see him now. Oh. Yeah, I don't like this camera. What's in here? Okay.